King's Commercial are proud to announce the partnership with King's College Hospital NHS Foundation Trust for the recruitment of Greek nurses to the United Kingdom. Recruiting the very best from around the world, this is one story from a Greek nurse who took that step to become a member of the King's team.
My name is Charula, I'm known here as Joy, and I'm one of the nurses on Annie Sam's ward, which is an acute medical unit here at King's College. So the assessment day was very helpful because it made us understand exactly what is expected from us as nurses in the UK. So the timetable of the day was a King's presentation at first, then we had a drug assessment, and after that we went through to the interviews. The interview itself was scary at first, before we actually went into the room, but the interviewers were very, very kind, and it was like more like a conversation than an actual interview. Before the interview, my advice would be just to read about everything that they sent us, the King's presentation, the King's values and King's promise. The pre-employment checks were quite clear on what we needed to do. My advice to future candidates for the NMC registration is again to be patient, because it takes a lot of time and energy to actually get all of the papers together. But it's going to happen in the end. Everything before we actually came here in London was clearly explained. The flight was organised and paid for. As someone was waiting for us at the airport who actually took us at the accommodation. The recruiter was waiting for us there who took us to the hospital, and that's where we first met our manager. The first day we received £250 just to help us through the first day. We had the other advantages we had was 6 weeks of free accommodation until we managed to find our own place to stay. The flights, like I mentioned before, were all paid for. And all of our appointments, bank appointments and everything was sorted out for us. One of the advantages we had was £1,000 extra on our first salary, which is very helpful because when we are to move in a new house, there's quite a big amount of deposit we need to pay, so without the £1,000 we wouldn't have been able to do that. My first day in the ward was very scary. Everything is very, very different. The way the ward works, what's expected from us is quite different. So after everything we went through on our first day, we make sure that every new nurse, we make sure they are well known, and we try and clarify exactly what is expected to them and just make the experience a bit more easy for them. Our team is multi-international. We've got Greeks, we've got Filipinos, we've got English, Nigerian, it's multicultural. My time in London outside of work is something I look forward to every day. I love London life. London is a wonderful, wonderful city. There's many things to do here. It's a whole different world. One of the good things of my job is we do 3 12 shifts a week. So we've got 3 days off, which makes it very easy for us to travel. I've been to Greece back and forth a few times. I've been to Ireland, I've been to Germany, I've been to many places here in England, and my next trip is probably going to be at Denmark. Over the next couple of years, my goal is probably to be promoted, to earn a bit more money to do all of my different holidays, just to make sure I become the nurse I actually wanted to be.
If you're a nurse and wish to come to United Kingdom, use the URL address below to submit your CV.